Of what you'd pay at department stores.
You gotta go to Ross.
Tonight, several breaking developments as we come on the air. The American prisoners held in North Korea on their way home at this hour. President Trump says he will be there to meet them. As Iran tonight lashes out after the president tears up the nuclear deal. Also tonight, cameras surrounding the president's attorney and friend Michael Cohen today. New questions tonight about millions paid to Cohen through his shell company after the election, including a payment from a company closely tied to a Russian oligarch. What was the money for and where did it go? The chemical explosion inside a high school. Several students and a teacher rushed to the hospital. The urgent search at this hour, authorities fearing an alligator attack. The smoke and chaos in the cabin. There is new video tonight. Passengers forced to evacuate. The ABC News exclusive. The pilots of that Southwest flight describing the moment the engine exploded. Stunning new images coming in tonight over that volcano and why authorities are now fearing an eruption could be imminent. And the severe weather moving across the country tonight and into the Northeast.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a very busy Wednesday night. 3 Americans held hostage in North Korea are on their way home right now. President Trump first tweeting that they were on their way. It comes ahead of his face-to-face with Kim Jong-un. The 3 men flying out with Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. President Trump says he plans to be there when they arrive at Andrews Air Force Base at 2 in the morning. Just as Iran tonight sends the president its own message after he tore up the nuclear deal. ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl leading us off.
The president made the announcement himself, calling the release of the American prisoners an important moment for the country.
Right now, flying back are 3 what they were calling hostages. We call them fine people, 3 really fine people. Seem to be healthy. They'll be landing at 2 o'clock in the morning at Andrews Air Force Base, and I'll be there to greet them.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo traveled to North Korea to secure their release, meeting for a second time with Kim Jong-un. The 3 former prisoners are Korean American, 2 of them detained last year, the 3rd imprisoned since 2015.
And I appreciate Kim Jong-un doing this and allowing them to go.
The president is now focused on meeting Kim himself.
Mr. President, where's the summit going to take place?
We're going to announce that in 3 days, within 3 days.
Will it be the DMZ?
It will not be there.
The location is still a mystery. Kim seldom travels, though North Korea today released this picture of the North Korean dictator on his plane in China. The president is already envisioning making history.
Do you deserve the Nobel Prize, do you think?
Everyone thinks so, but I would never say it. You know what I want to do? I want to get it finished. The prize I want is victory for the world.
But even as he pursues one nuclear deal, he is facing global blowback for pulling out of another. In Iran today, anti-American protests, including the burning of American flags and photos of President Trump. Lawmakers there are questioning the president's, quote, mental capacity and threatening to restart its nuclear program.
What are you going to do if Iran starts up their nuclear program again?
Iran will find out. If they do, there will be very severe consequence.
So let's get to Jonathan Karl live at the White House tonight. And John, Iran had agreed to what international observers had called the most robust nuclear inspections. As we all know now, that wasn't enough to keep President Trump in the agreement. We also know North Korea already has nuclear weapons. John, you and I have talked about this. Will Kim Jong-un agree to inspections anywhere close to what Iran was already allowing?
That's uncertain, David. North Korea has cut itself off from almost all of the outside world for more than a half a century. It is hard to imagine that such an isolated and secretive regime would suddenly open itself up, including its most sensitive military facilities. But the White House insists that any deal with North Korea will be fully verifiable, and that would mean inspections beyond anything we have ever seen in North Korea.
All right, all of this as we await the arrival of those 3 Americans. John Karl, thank you. The other major story, the president's one-time attorney and friend Michael Cohen surrounded today by cameras and surrounded by new questions, too, after it's been learned that millions were paid to him through his shell company after the election. Some of that money funneled through the company with possible ties to a Russian oligarch. So what was the money for? Here's ABC's chief national affairs correspondent Tom Llamas again tonight.
Good morning. Tonight, more cameras and new questions following the president's personal attorney, Michael Cohen.
And your response to Avenatti?
His document is inaccurate.
How do you feel about you may have changed an election?
A memo released by Stormy Daniels' attorney, Michael Avenatti, alleges Cohen used the same shell company that facilitated her payment in that hush agreement, Essential Consultants, for transactions totaling at least $4 million shortly before the election into 2018. And tonight, questions surrounding the $500,000 Avenatti says Cohen received from a company with deep ties to Putin ally Viktor Vekselberg, a Russian billionaire who reportedly attended the Trump inauguration and, according to the New York Times, was questioned by the Mueller team. And the big question tonight, what exactly was that company, Columbus Nova, paying for? Columbus Nova tells ABC News it hired Cohen as a business consultant for possible real estate deals, but says it had nothing to do with Vekselberg. Cohen already under criminal investigation for possible bank fraud and campaign finance violations. And now we're learning of other companies who paid Cohen millions looking for help in working with President Trump.
Now you have the right hand of the president, right hand of Mr. Trump, all of a sudden starts taking all of this money from all of these multinational corporations for God knows what. And the American people deserve to know what it was for.
Among the payments outlined in Avenatti's memo, $200,000 from AT&T, which has a major merger pending before the Justice Department. The company says they paid to get insight into understanding the new administration. And pharmaceutical giant Novartis acknowledges they paid Cohen $1.2 million. A company spokesman says they were promised, quote, access to the new administration. Special counsel investigators have questioned Novartis about its agreement with Essential Consultants.
And Tom Llamas joins me now, and Robert Mueller's team has already questioned. We know several of these clients, the companies that spent that money, sending it through Michael Cohen's company, which we know is called Essential Consultants. But Tom, the bottom line tonight, this could spell new legal trouble for Cohen.
It very well could, David, but legal experts we spoke to also said Cohen trying to capitalize on his long relationship with the president might not be a crime. One of the things they may look at is, was this lobbying? And if so, why didn't he register as a lobbyist?
All right, Tom Llamas with us here on the set tonight. Tom, thank you. Also developing at this hour, the high school chemical explosion injuring more than a dozen students and a teacher in Tennessee. The Merrill Hyde Magnet School evacuated today after a science experiment gone wrong, igniting a chemical fire. Victims were rushed to the hospital, and here's ABC's Steve Osunsami tonight.
Investigators tonight north of Nashville are trying to reassure parents that this was an accident and nothing more.
To report a fire, they've got a couple students that are going to be transported.
The fumes were so great, the whole school, seen here, had to leave the building, and parents had to come get their kids.
Your kids are safe, and we've got the other ones transported at the appropriate care facilities for them to be taken care of.
School officials at Merrill Hyde Magnet School say it was a science experiment in a high school chemistry lab that grew into the fire. 17 students and their teacher were hurt and had to be triaged right outside the school.
All the students are out front. They just want someone to slow everybody down, come around the corners.
They sent at least 9 of them who breathed in fumes and suffered chemical burns on their arms and legs directly to local hospitals.
It's boric acid and ethyl alcohol. When they came in, we set up the decontamination tents and had them wash off.
These same chemicals were responsible for this fireball nearly 4 years ago at a children's museum in Reno. 13 were burned.
And Steve Osunsami with us live tonight as well. Steve, you just pointed out there that we've seen these kinds of accidents before, but officials say this was a first-year teacher who was conducting this experiment?
That's right, David. And authorities are crediting school administrators with doing the right thing and moving quickly. This school is expected to reopen tomorrow. David?
Steve, thank you. We turn to Hawaii tonight, and this evening, new images coming in of the volcano emergency on the Big Island. Look at this. Geologists releasing video showing the lava lake created by the Kilauea volcano. They say it could erupt in the coming days, sending rock and ash into the air. Tonight, nearly 40 homes and structures have now been destroyed. About 2,000 people have now been evacuated. There is also new video tonight of smoke filling the cabin of a passenger jet and the emergency evacuation that followed moments after their Delta flight landed in Denver. Look at this. Passengers scrambling for the emergency exits, some of them climbing right out onto the wing. Here tonight, ABC's David Curley.
Landed, taxiing to the gate, and suddenly smoke in the cabin coming out of the vents.
Ladies and gentlemen, please lower yourself, bend over, get as low as you can. If you have a blanket, Place that over your nose and mouth.
The Delta crew fearful they have a fire.
Delta 864, got fire on the aircraft.
The smoke continues.
Flight attendant, evacuate.
The emergency exits open, slides deploy, and the 146 passengers who flew from Detroit start pouring out.
There's passengers on the airfield.
Passengers helping other passengers. And not just down the slides, they pile up on the wings of the MD-90 jet. A nightmare for air traffic controllers trying to keep other aircraft away.
We have a dire emergency off the east side.
Delta says tonight it was hydraulic fluid which dripped onto a hot power unit, causing all that smoke. Delta says there were only minor injuries, some smoke inhalation, and twisted ankles. It is apologizing for the incident and offering the passengers compensation. David
Curley tonight. David, thank you. And the exclusive right here tonight, the hero pilots from that Southwest flight who got the plane down after the engine exploded. For the first time, Captain Tammy Jo Schultz and First Officer Darren Ellisor speaking with our Martha Raddatz about the explosion. You'll remember shrapnel smashing a window and mother and wife nearly sucked out, pulled back in, but she did not survive. Martha just today asking about the moment that explosion occurred.
Tammy Jo, describe to me the moment when you heard that bang. What kind of bang? What went through your mind?
It was rather radical, and it yawed, and then it began its own descent. And Darren handled it beautifully and not trying to force the aircraft to stay on altitude.
We were passing through about 32,000 feet when we had a large bang and a rapid decompression.
My first thoughts were actually, oh, here we go, just because it seemed like a flashback to some of the Navy flying that we had done. But really, Darren was just very easy to communicate with, and we had to use hand signals because it was loud, and it was just hard to communicate for a lot of different reasons.
There is much more to this story, and you can see Martha's full interview and the reaction from Captain Schultz's husband. 2020 this Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, right here. We're going to move on tonight, though, to tough questions on Capitol Hill today for President Trump's new pick to head the CIA. Gina Haspel, now the #2 person at the agency, grilled by senators about her record involving enhanced interrogation techniques, including waterboarding. Concerned lawmakers asking her if she still believes torture works, as the president does. And would she reinstate similar programs if confirmed? ABC's Mary Bruce tonight with how she answered.
After 30 years in the shadows as a covert agent, today Gina Haspel stepped into the spotlight.
I think you will find me to be a typical middle-class American.
But her career has been anything but typical.
I recall very well my first meeting with a foreign agent. It was on a dark, moonless night with an agent I'd never met before.
Her history at the CIA is largely classified, but what we do know today sparked protests. Haspel once reportedly led a black site prison in Thailand where terror suspects were waterboarded. Critics call it torture. Today, Haspel was adamant she would not allow those techniques as CIA chief.
I would not restart under any circumstances in an interrogation program at CIA, under any circumstances.
But Democrats pressed further.
Do you believe that the previous interrogation techniques were immoral?
Senator, I believe that CIA officers to whom you referred.
Please answer yes or no.
Senator, what I believe sitting here today is that I support the higher moral standard we have decided to hold ourselves to.
Can you please answer the question?
Senator, I think I've answered the question.
No, you've not.
During the campaign, President Trump supported waterboarding.
To Mr. Trump, you said not only does it work, but that you'd bring it back.
I would bring back waterboarding, and I'd bring back a hell of a lot worse than waterboarding.
Today, Haspel insisted she will not bend.
If this president asks you to do something that you find morally objectionable, will you carry that out, that option, and that order or not?
Senator,
that would be.
My moral compass is strong. I would not allow CIA to undertake activity that I thought was immoral, even if it was technically legal.
Mary's live up on the Hill, and bottom line, Mary, does Haspel have enough votes to be confirmed?
David, tonight many Republicans say you won't find a more qualified nominee. Look, this is going to be